Hi guys, so today I'm going to tell you all about caching. So caching is something which is a performance booster in application and it can be applied on any layer. From the database, mainly it is used at the database layer. Second is it is used at the app server layer as well, like once the UI requests at the app level also. So what is actually caching? So think about caching as if you have to get the data from database. It might be expensive, so you have a in between layer which will hold whatever is the most frequently used data, so you can return it faster. For example, there are 1000 products in your database, and then there is top 10 bestseller products which user asks always. So you will put them in cache, and whenever there is a request, instead of hitting the database, the products would be returned from this cache itself. So the response time is faster, and then people would love your website, and then they will buy more from you. So there are mainly three kind of cache. If you're clear with the what is cache, now let's understand what are those three different kind of cache. First one is local cache, second is global cache, and the third is distributed cache. So local cache, global cache, and distributed. So I am going to tell you everything with the help of the diagram as well. So I hope you are able to see this diagram. So cache, locally, what does it mean? That if the request would come, and if the data is present in cache, it would be returned. If it is a hit, that is called as hit. But if data is not present here, then it would be a miss. For example, someone is asking for a product which is not popular and it's not there in the cache, so the database or the server would be hit, and then the response would be cache, so subsequent request would be faster. This and then the response time for the second request will be faster. So this is what is the cache. Now when it sits on front of each server or inside each server, this is what is called as the local caching. So each node has their own caching, that is what is called as local caching. And then there is something which is called as the global cache. Now in here, let's go to the distributed cache. First let's go to the global cache. So in global cache, before understanding this, we have to understand the distributed cache. Now inside distributed cache, you have three different nodes, right? Now in these nodes, whenever the request is coming, and then the node is the data is cached here, believe that this is local to this. Now second request round robin might come on node 2 or node 3. That time there will be a miss, so the response time would be sluggish. So what they do is they would connect all the caching servers with each other, and then if you cache something here, that would be replicated. That means it would be copied at the real time in all other cache nodes. So that is why it is called as distributed, because it is distributed on all nodes. It is cached, and Hazel cache is one of the implementation which would make sure that it is available everywhere. So if a user requests here or here or here, at whatever time the data has been cached. So that is what is distributed cache. Now let's go to the global cache. So global cache is something wherein you don't have small different nodes which are distributed, but there is something which is centralized, which we can call as global. So for example, there are three different servers and they want to hit database. So and database has, let's say, multiple servers, right? So instead of having the cache node in front of each one of these, what you do is you have a bigger cache. You would try, if the data is there, if it is a hit, you will return. If it is a miss, it would query database and load it. So that is what would be the global cache. Now in global cache, there is another implementation wherein app logic understand. It is a smart app. So what it would do is, first it would hit the global cache. If it is able to get the data, you are done. If it is not able to get the data, then it would go to the database. So application would hit both of these conditionally, and it won't happen as in first case wherein you had first you are hitting this and responsibility of this to hit the database. So here app is getting both these data from there. Now another CDN is also part of caching, which is content distribution network, wherein when request comes in, you have, for example, your videos, for example, your images, they are cached locally near to the request. For example, the website is in America and then you are trying to hit it from India. So first time it would get the data from origin, which is in America, but then it would store locally in one of the edge location or the servers in the India region, so that next time the response time is faster. So CDN is also part of caching. So I hope that whatever we have discussed, if you have any questions, please let me know about that. And in general, caching is very useful for improving the performance of the application. There are three kind of cache. First is local, which sits on the near to the node, or which is one-on-one with the node or the database node or whatever node you are trying to cache on. Second would be the distributed, wherein you have small nodes which will be connected through some mechanism, so that if you insert data in one node of the cache, it would replicate and you can read from everywhere. That is what is called as the second distributed cache. Third is global, wherein you have a one bigger common location, wherein the nodes, everything, the application and the nodes or the source, they talk and connect with one big global cache. So I hope this was useful. My name is Aseem Jain, and if you like the video, please let me know your comments. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in next live.